Okay, morning everybody. Another vlog video, another trip to a theme park. Got some extra companions with me, the guys that you might have seen in the video the other day. Cecile is driving, Julien is in the back. Cecile's been to Alton Towers before. It was many years ago. Julien's never been, so I get to do one of my favourite things, which is take somebody who's never been to Alton Towers around Alton Towers and bore him senseless with things he really doesn't care about. Looks like it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Weather forecasts are saying 22, 24 degrees. Probably going to be quite busy, but I have a pocket full of priority passes, which should mean we should be able to get on just about everything we need to. So yeah, another day on park, you know, nothing special, nothing different, just hey, we're at Alton Towers again. So yeah, in a bit. Okay, good morning. Yet again, another day on park at Alton Towers, but with some guests. Hello!
Hi.
So, as I said before, Cecile's been here before, but it was years and years ago, and Julien has never been, and we're all very excited for Wicker Man. So, just walking down towards Mutiny Bay now, and hopefully it'll be working, because we had a few reliability issues the other week when I was here last, but might even have some fire today, you never know. We shall see. It is a glorious day. It's going to be about 20 degrees. And the park is looking fantastic in the sunshine, but it is quite busy. We've sprung for priority parking today because already the trip down to the car parks was looking pretty horrendous. Queues at the entrance were good, got our tickets pretty quickly. Just remains to be seen how well park operations are going to handle things today. So let's see if we can get on Wicker Man.
Look! The Wicker Man! It's here!
So just joined the queue for Wicker Man. Queue board says 90 minutes. Fire's broken again. Ride's been open a month, and they can't seem to get the main feature, the unique selling point, working properly, which is great when you say to your friends, come all the way over from France, come and see what we're capable of in the UK. We're capable of having things broken after 4 weeks. That's what we're capable of. So yeah, that's pretty excellent. Queue's moving though, trains are going round, so hopefully we'll get on it in the advertised 90 minutes or less. We shall see. So, back in one of my favourite areas of the park, ever since they turned this into Galactica, I just love the music. It's Iron Maiden score at the best, and there's just something fantastically epic about it. I've dispatched Cecile and Julien to ride this with a cheeky priority pass, because even though they've only just reopened it, the queue is building up to be pretty tasty already, because the throughput on this ride is absolutely garbage these days. So just wanted to make sure they get on it. It is 20 to 2 at the moment, and really all we've done is ridden Wicker Man and had lunch at the roller coaster restaurant, which in its own way was as disappointing as it ever is, quite frankly. I do like it, the concept's great, the place is great, and the roller coastery stuff was working really quite well. We got put on a table that comes off the loop, and that was awesome. But when you paid £15 for a couple of bits of chicken with barbecue sauce so scarce you wonder if they could spare it, you got to start to think, why have I now been to this thing 4 times? Why do I keep coming to it? Because, you know, when they're looking at what they need to do with it, they need to up the quality. And yeah, they put the new light show in there, they got the new cocktail bar, and you can buy a Nemesis beer, which you didn't have a Nemesis beer, and it's very, very nice. But it's a restaurant. The quality of the food is the important thing, and again, comparing it to, you know, the alternatives that are out there outside of the UK, it's incredibly lacking. Interestingly, the people I'm with, Cecile and Julien, they've both been to Europa Park, so they've been to Food Loop, and they rated the overall experience to be pretty much on a par, although they said the food was better at Food Loop, but when they went, Food Loop was so incredibly busy, I think that put them off a little bit, whereas we managed to basically walk in and grab a table today, so that was good. You'll see that there hasn't been a ride car go round air in the amount of time I've been doing this, so yeah, the operations are going as well as they ever do, so yeah, it's a really hot sunny day. It's bank holiday weekend, there's loads of people here. They've extended ride close from 5 to 6 already, I've found out. They've got a lot of the bigger extended queue lines open, which is why I'm starting to use the priority passes I've got, so my friends can get on things and ride things, because they've come a long way. Oh, looks like we've got a dispatch. Here we go. It's a great theming element. It looks absolutely superb. When you're on the ride with the VR and you jump to the ice planet and you've got the mist in your face, it does work really well. When it's all working properly, it works really well. But this being Merlin, the question is, how often is it going to be working properly? And well, we all know the answer to that. But yeah, you can see how nice the park looks today, you know. People are here and people are having a good time, people are enjoying themselves. Searching out for a bit of sunshine, a bit of shade from the sunshine. You can see the sort of little air picnic area up there. There's not enough shade in this park, there's not enough sort of respite from the bad weather and respite from the good. It's kind of set up for neither, really, at the end of the day. When you consider how good our legendary weather is in this country, you'd think they'd almost design for that a little bit better, but hey ho, there you go. I'm rambling now. So yeah, nearly 2 o'clock, and that'll be 2 rides down, which is what Merlin want. It is what they want. You pay to be in the park, and you know, the more rides you do, it'll be because they've got more throughput, more trains, more staff on. That costs more money. Whereas if the throughput's not that great, they'll sell you fast tracks, and away you go. We're in the car, we're on our way back. Cecile is once again being our chauffeur. Good day. Good day. We're all tired, obviously, after a day at Towers. Didn't get Oblivion, didn't get 13. Ride availability issues. Oblivion was stopped with a car at the top of the turnaround, and I don't know what the problem was with 13. We did everything else, all the other major rides. We wouldn't have done it without... I had 6 priority passes, and I've used them all. The park was really very, very busy today. Somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 people on park. It really was very, very busy, and it was not helped by what we've just been discussing, poor operations. There was one person batching en route, and much to the disgust of my visitors. It does show when people who are not familiar with the park, it's okay, these guys go to other theme parks and they know how they work, but they're picking up on these things themselves, and it's a poor show when it's visible. And you know, everywhere you went you could hear people complaining about, this is only the 3rd thing I've got on today at 2, 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The lack of filler attractions, you know, with Subterra being still closed, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory still being closed. You know, there's, when 1 or 2 rides break down, then the pressure on the other rides is increased and the queue times go up. It was a good day, but in spite of the sort of operations of the park, as you can see, I got a bit sunburned. I did put sun cream on, obviously not enough. So yeah, the usual sort of post Towers wrap up. I seem to be sort of in this same kind of feeling about the place. That's like, I love it, but I'm always left feeling slightly sad, slightly wistful that they could and should do better, and that the experience is very much now that we've got you in the park, we've had your money, and you know, we're really not too fussed as to how you're going to feel for the rest of your day, and making sure every member of staff asks us, are we having a good time, guys? You know, that's not what we need. We need enough staff to run the rides. We need, you know, sideshow attractions and snack stands to be open. We need the food to be reasonably priced. Oh, the Wicker Man stack at the roller coaster restaurant, seriously, £15. Don't bother. You know, could they spare the barbecue sauce? Could they spare the cheese? We went to the Alton Bridge Hotel. I had roast beef for £12.95. It was immeasurably superior in every aspect. Yeah, okay, the roller coaster restaurant is a novelty, and it is enjoyable for that novelty, and the place still looks nice and clean. They've upgraded the lights in there recently, and it looks, you know, it really looks the part. But you go in there to eat, and if the food isn't up to scratch, I don't mind paying a little premium. But as I say, this Wicker Man stack was like 3 different types of chicken. The 3rd type of chicken was supposed to be pulled chicken. Well, I actually just got the chicken breast that hadn't been pulled. I mentioned it, and the girl behind the counter was nice enough to sort us out with annual pass discount, which technically I'm not entitled to because I'm only a season pass holder. But it just, you know, the quality is not there. It is not a quality product at any step of the way, and you can hear it when you listen to other people talking. They're constantly complaining. I've been going to Alton Towers for nearly 20 years now, and you never used to hear people complaining. If you ever used to strike up conversations with people in the queue lines, it's normally, you know, around good things about how good it looked, or, you know, you wait for the ride, it goes whooshing past, and, you know, that gets mentioned, and they'll start talking about how much they're enjoying it. And now all I seem to be hearing is people complaining. Now, it could be confirmation bias, and, you know, Merlin could be just raking it in, but I don't know. I'll probably be another couple of weeks before I head up to the place again, because I've got a season pass, and now I've got a season photo pass as well, so I'm damn well going to use it. The Wicker Man needs rewriting. It is a truckload of fun, but the fire's still broken. I went 4 weeks after it opened, the fire was broken. They fixed the fire, and now the fire's broken again. World's first roller coaster to fuse wooden fire without the goddamn fire. I mean, are they not embarrassed? Because they should be embarrassed. This is embarrassing. Alton Towers, if you don't know what's embarrassing, That's what it is. Alright, gonna sign off. Laters.